Hello, and welcome to Dialogue with Janae. We have a special session I call, which is titled Living Clean with the Reds. And so I am very excited to have two of my sorority sisters of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated here to join me on sharing our how we live clean in these times. And so, just to give you some background about myself, for those who are not familiar with me, I am a sports medicine professional turned homeschooling mom and mompreneur. I have worked in the professional arena in organizations such as the WNBA, as well as the NFL Europe, and medical device sales, where I was a resource for surgeons in the operating room. And I have been with Beauty Counter, which for about 2 years now. Well, a little bit over 2 years. I joined them back in August of 2018. And my sorority sisters are also my business partners as well, because they too are some teammates with Beauty Counter. And so I will introduce the first soror, Miss Nicole McCann. She is the proud wife of Mr. Rob McCann, and she has four daughters. She also has an MBA that she received from the University of Kentucky in general management. And the one thing with Nicole, she's been working as a senior budget analyst with the federal government for over 17 years. And so out of a desire to build a legacy for and expose her girls to all life has to offer, she decided to partner with Beauty Counter in February of 2018. And so she was the one who introduced Beauty Counter to me. And even though I joined back in 2018, I started educating my friends and family back in 2008 about living healthy and being mindful of the ingredients that are in our personal care products. Our next sorority sister who will be joining us is Miss Tamika, and she is married and she has two wonderful sons, and she has been working as a CPA for almost 20 years. Can you imagine that, dealing with numbers? So clearly, she's all about the math, right? And so she ended up partnering with Beauty Counter back in 2019. And so she was introduced to the products, and she was also a newly mom, I believe, at that time, and she was concerned about what she was putting on her son's body. And being introduced to Beauty Counter's baby products, she really liked how they performed as well as how safe they were. And so she decided to partner with Beauty Counter as well. So you are definitely in great hands, given our background, but also given our passion to make sure that we are living clean and doing right by our families. And as such, we want to share with you all the information that we have learned through our personal journey, life journey, as well as our journey with Beauty Counter, which Beauty Counter is is more than a beauty company. It's a beauty movement, and we are the leaders in clean. And so we'll just leave it at that for right now, and then we'll jump on into the other things. So as Beauty Counter consultants, it is our mission to educate on the importance of using safer and clean personal care products, in addition to eating clean and exercising. And so today we are going to talk about what we use to keep our skin clean, healthy, and looking good, while making sure that we stay far away from harmful and toxic ingredients. So it is our hope that by us sharing with you, that you will walk away from this time with us this evening knowing more about what your skin type is, or how to determine what your skin type is. Also knowing more about the toxins that we are exposed to on a daily basis, multiple times throughout the day, as well as different products that you can use to treat your skin. So, but before we delve into it, Tamika, will you please, for those still wondering what their skin type is, share with us the different types and how one can tell which category they fall into?
Great question, Janae. So on our Beauty Counter website, essentially the regimens are divided into, if you have oily skin or acne prone skin, that would be one type of skin type that you would have. Then there would also be your anti-aging regimens. And that's if, you're getting a little up there in age and you want to make sure that the skin stays tight and right. And then also there is the kind of combination skin. I always classify it as middle of the road. You don't necessarily have oily skin. It's not necessarily dry, but of course, as we age, we all need to ensure that we are maintaining moisture in our skin. And so that's our kind of our combination skin.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of people, they tend to get oily. They talk about the T-zone area. People who tend to do that, would they be considered like combination, like some oily in that, but kind of dry in the other area? Would the T-zone be considered like the combination people?
Yes, because they have areas in their face where they are oily and then dry in other, as you mentioned, like with the T-zone being oily in that area. And so with the countermatch regimen, it will adapt to your skin type.
Okay. Now, looking at your skin clearly, and I already told you you look beautiful and fabulous. Tell us what you use to keep your skin glowing, keep your skin healthy, as well as just keeping it, looking good.
So I am a huge fan of the countermatch regimen. And that is, again, kind of like the middle of the road. I don't necessarily have oily skin. My skin is not overly dry, of course, in the wintertime, like most people, your skin does get a little dry because of the weather. But overall, my skin is just, it doesn't really have a lot of issues. But again, I do recognize that I'm getting older and I still need to maintain that moisture. So countermatch is the regimen, which I absolutely love. The key ingredients in the countermatch regimen are plum oil, squalene oil, and phytic acid. And what that does is it balances out the oil production. So I'm a huge fan of the cleanser. It is a foam cleanser, which I love as well. In that regimen, you also have your toner. And if you're not familiar with toner, this specific toner, it essentially sets the stage for everything else. Yes, that's it. Toner sets the stage for everything else. And so it's going to add back that moisture after you have cleansed your face. When you cleanse, you kind of, I don't want to say strip, but you remove the layer of the moisture that's in the skin. And so with the toner, it helps to add back that hydration. It also, the phytic acid, it cleans out your pores. And when you remove the dirt from your pores, what you're essentially doing is removing that dirt and then allowing the pores to appear smaller, which is definitely what you want. And then the toner also removes the dead skin cells. So if you've never heard of toner before, it is a very vital step in the regimen process. And then after my toner, I use a serum. And so with the, yes, there it is, with the countermatch serum, it has hyaluronic acid. And so this is something that our body naturally produces, but as we age, we don't produce as much of it. And so what the serum is doing is it's adding back hyaluronic acid, which is an awesome thing. And I also throw in our vitamin C serum. So yes, that's 2 serums, but they have 2 different purposes. The vitamin C serum has turmeric as well as camel extract. And so the turmeric, it evens out your skin tone and it helps with fine lines and wrinkles. The camel extract, what that actually does, it helps with hyperpigmentation. Simple terms, it helps with the dark spots. So this vitamin C is amazing. And then I follow both of those serums up with a moisturizer, and the Countermatch moisturizer has your shea butter in it. That's essentially one of the key ingredients of the moisturizer. So in a nutshell, that's my regimen, Janae.
Ah, that's good. Yes, we get a lot of reviews on the Countermatch, and it is a good balance, like you said, between people with normal to combination skin. It, like you stated, with the hydration, it gives that 24-hour hydration where it has a biomimic technology within the moisturizer itself, where it helps to adapt to the body. And so that's something that is really good, especially for people who deal with dry skin sometimes. Now, Nikki, you have been educating people on the importance of using safer products for almost 3 years now. And your efforts have allowed you to reach a level within beauty products that only about, I believe you said it was about 10 other Black women or women of color within our personal counter excellence team out of over 60,000 plus consultants have reached. Share with us a few of the major players of toxins that are most commonly found in our personal care products, such as our cleansers, our moisturizers, and even shampoos and cosmetics.
Okay, this is my favorite part. So I'm not a teacher, but I love to educate on harmful ingredients, and this is where I feel like I'm in my zone. And so I only wanted to highlight 3 harmful ingredients, 3/4. So I'm cheating a little bit, but these are the 3 dirty P's. Now this first P, I combine it with another ingredient, and I'll tell you why. So the first P is actually silent, it's phthalates. Phthalates and fragrance. I put those 2 together because fragrance or artificial fragrance that is used in our personal care products, if you find fragrance, more than likely phthalates are right there with it. And so if you all have heard me talk about harmful ingredients, I've talked about this one because I can guarantee you that if you look in your bathroom, you can even look in your kitchen, but anything that you use specifically related to your body, 9 times out of 10 is going to have fragrance in it. And the reason being is we don't have any regulation around the use of the word fragrance. So companies essentially can put fragrance on their products and they don't have to disclose exactly what that fragrance is. And it contains anywhere from over 3,000 different stock chemicals. And like I said, the company doesn't have to tell you, and that's not cool, y'all. Like, I get upset about that, but anyway, those chemical ingredients have been known to be hormone disruptors. Sometimes they are carcinogenic, which means they can cause cancer. And again, because it is a trade secret by law, companies don't have to disclose it. And again, phthalates, I'm lumping those together because phthalates is a type of chemical that is used in fragrances to make the fragrance last longer. And so it also is endocrine disrupting and can cause issues with your hormones. It can also cause birth defects. So if you are a pregnant mom or a woman who's in your childbearing years and you're using products that contain fragrance, be careful because, that stuff builds up within our system. It stays with you. And studies have shown that babies come out with hundreds of toxins in their bloodstream because what is in the mom does actually pass to the baby through the placenta. So that's number 1, Janae, phthalate/fragrance. Our second dirty P is parabens. Now, parabens you can find in a lot of different products as well. And one that I like to call out because I know a lot of people use it, I used to use it, is Cetaphil. And Cetaphil, not all of, because there are some Cetaphils that don't have parabens, but the one that I think most people use, that cleanser, that gentle cleanser, it has 3 different parabens. And parabens are a class of preservatives. And we know that anything with water needs a preservative because bacteria and mold can grow where there's water, right? We know that from basic science class. And so it's nothing wrong with using a preservative. Preservatives are necessary, but parabens are not the best preservative to be used. So again, they're hormone disruptors, can alter important hormone mechanisms within our bodies. Our kids, their hormones can be affected. And so, you know, overgrowth of some things or premature growth for kids in certain areas is a problem. All right, and I'm gonna move on. So my third P is PEGs, or PEG compounds. Those are used in cosmetics and personal care products as thickeners. So if you have creams, the thickener that's in it, or the thing that's thickening that cream and making it go on and bring moisture to your skin, sometimes is attributed to PEGs. And those are contaminated with carcinogens. Carcinogens, again, can cause cancer, and you will find that in sunscreen, you can find it in shampoos, you find it in creams. So a lot of different places where you find these 3 harmful ingredients. And so it's really careful to read the back of the labels. And again, phthalates, you're not going to see the word phthalates. Here's one thing I have to say, Janae. So you'll see companies that are trying to use these buzzwords, and on the front, it'll say no phthalates or phthalate free. But then if you flip it over and you see the word fragrance, you're like, But the average person doesn't know that. No, they don't. And it's okay. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know that before 2018. I would have never known. And I would have thought fragrance is fine. You know, it smells good. It's going to have me smelling good. Little did I know, behind that little bitty word fragrance is a whole lot of chemicals that could be doing my body wrong. So
Right.
those are 3 common ingredients that I think people should definitely pay attention to and look out for.
Yes. Thank you for sharing those. Because I remember when my son was born and he was young and he was dealing with food allergies. The allergists told us to stay away from ingredients that had the word fragrance in it. And he was stating that the reason being is because, by law, they do not have to reveal what's in the quote unquote fragrance ingredient. And as a person with allergies, you have to stay away from your allergies. So if you have a product and it's not showing you what exactly is in the ingredients by just giving you a general term like fragrance, then you are putting your life in danger, because allergies are not anything to play around with. So definitely you want to make sure that you look out for those 3 P's that Nikki stated, and check your ingredients. And also, if you need more examples of bad ingredients, reach out to us and we can let you know some other ingredients as well. Those are the most common ones. Now, Nikki, as a senior director and having served hundreds of people, share with us what you have heard clients say after not only switching to safer and clean products, but also what is said about adopting a skincare routine.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of my clients are actually shocked that our products work, right? Because most times people, when they hear the word clean, they think, it's clean, so it must not work. And I take deodorant as the example. A lot of people have shied away from using a clean deodorant because they're like, it doesn't last. Like, I'm funky by midday. And sometimes clean people means granola, and they think like it's not going to give you that pop or that pizzazz that other products may give you. So I want to say the biggest comments or feedback that I've received from my clients is that they are amazed by how well the products work, knowing that there aren't any harmful ingredients. The other thing that I've heard is some clients aren't used to doing like a full regimen, and sometimes they shy away. They think, oh, that's too many steps. But they realize it doesn't have to take that long to do a regimen. Now, I will say if you want to spend more time on your face and really treat yourself like you're having a mini facial, you can take a little bit longer, like really massage that cleanser into your face. Take the time to let it really penetrate into your pores. But generally speaking, night to night, day to day, morning to morning, when you wake up, you can wash your face and do all the steps in 3 to 5 minutes. So I think that's the other biggest comment, like I said, that I've gotten from my clients, and they have been pleasantly surprised.
Right, right. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of as we get older, we tend to take more notice of our health and things
Yeah.
that we didn't used to do. We're like, oh, I ain't got time for that. We're like, oh yeah, I need to take care of this face of mine because I'm getting a little older and I need it to last as long as you lasted, right? So,
Right.
so I'm definitely one of those, very new to the game. But I would say for those who a good skincare routine consists of 4 things, and you want to make sure that you cleanse your skin. You want to make sure that you have a toner to prep ready for the treatment, whatever issues you have going on that you're trying to address. And then you want to make sure you have your treatment to go on it to address those issues. And then you want to have a good moisturizer, because you want to seal in, everything, the treatment and everything that you have done, to protect your skin so you can allow it to work. And so a lot of people, you may be a minimalist, may like, oh, I don't have time for that, but the least you need to do, if you don't want to do all 4, Nikki, what would you say the 2 or out of those 4 steps, which ones would say would be, if you can't do anything, at least do this?
I say at least do the first and last step. So definitely cleanse your skin and then protect it with a moisturizer.
Okay, very good. And looking at your skin, again, you and Tamika, honey, y'all get little sisters. I'm just saying, I'm just in my own skin. But looking at your skin, it's glowing over there. And of course, I see the flawless and 5, you done beat that face real good. Share with us what you use on your skin.
Okay, so it's funny because when I was younger, I was definitely very oily and probably would have stayed completely away from the line that I use now. But as I've gotten older, my skin is changing and I still can get oily in places, but during these winter months and cold months, I am dry. So I use our Counter Time collection, which I absolutely love. And, we have done a live before where I've talked about this set. So let me tell you the main ingredients in the Counter Time. It is for more dry, mature skin. It is our anti-aging line. And we feature 2 important ingredients. So most anti-aging skincare lines will use retinol. And retinol is one of our never list ingredients because it's not safe for you. And so what we have gone to as an alternative is bakuchiol. I think I said that right, bakuchiol. It's fun to say that, bakuchiol.
Right, it is.
So bakuchiol is a plant that is native to India and has been used in traditional Chinese skincare and medicine that we found gives the same type of results that retinol can give, but without damaging your organs, because retinol essentially is vitamin A, and too much vitamin A is just not good for our organs. So we feature bakuchiol and the Swiss Alpine Rose, which is responsible for the super hydration that comes in the Counter Time products. And so it's going to protect your skin against dehydration and other environmental stressors so that you get that moisture that you need and that glow that, we like to have. So you showed the products, right, Janae, for me, as a cleansing oil, a hydrating essence. So that is our toner or our second step, which is a prep. Now, some people use the essence and the toner, and they use the toner first because the toner is what's adjusting your skin back to that normal pH balance you need it to be. It's removing the excess oil and dirt. Tamika spoke about that. But sometimes I'll do the oil, a toner, and then add the essence, because the essence is going to help bring moisture back into your skin as well. There's also our tripeptide radiance serum, which is good for increasing skin firmness, and it's going to, where are my notes? Oh yes, reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, because of course, we start to get concerned about that as we age and get older. The next thing, we have a moisturizer as well, a day and a night. So our soft cream is for the day, and then the tetrapeptide supreme cream has peptides in it, and it is going to support the elasticity of the skin. It's going to plump the skin, and also will minimize I'm getting tongue-tied. It's going to minimize those fine lines and wrinkles. And then lastly, there's the Ultra Renewal Eye Cream that I must say I don't use consistently, and I need to, because I realize with sometimes the little sleep that I get, my eyes are showing it. And so I need to really take care of that under eye area and use our eye cream.
Okay. And what about, do you have any other special treatments that you do?
Oh yeah, I forget. So every other night I do add in my overnight resurfacing peel, because I am acne prone. So even though I can have dry skin, I tend to break out, and every time I break out, it leaves a scar. I hate that, but
Right.
a lot of women of color, Black women, we suffer from that, and the overnight resurfacing peel really helps to slough away those dull surface skin cells. So if you have hyperpigmentation, it's basically a chemical exfoliant, and I use it every other night to every 2 nights, depending on what else I have done to my face, because there is a such thing as over exfoliating. And so you want to be very careful about how often you exfoliate your skin. But the overnight resurfacing peel, real quick, some of the main highlights or points about that is it contains about 15 different acids, which is what is responsible for helping to remove that upper outer layer of skin cells. And then it also contains fatty acids. It's going to help soothe your skin. So there's like a little tingling effect, but it calms down after about, I'm gonna say 5 to 10 seconds. And then in the morning, you will have a brighter, even looking complexion. And so we actually have a consultant who documented her use of the overnight resurfacing peel. And I want to say within a month to a month and a half, she was able to completely fade a lot of her hyperpigmented spots. So love the overnight resurfacing peel. Yes, and that is something that I add into my regimen.
Yes. Well, like I stated, for me, I am new to the life of having a skincare routine, but I am not new to being intentional about choosing safer personal care products. Like I mentioned, I started educating people back in 2008 on the harmful ingredients found in our personal care products. After our firstborn's neonatologist brought it to my husband and my attention that what we were putting on our skin could harm our then preemie baby simply by her touching our skin. And so from that day forward, it was out with the harmful and dirty and in with the safer and clean. And so I got rid of everything, our deodorants, our lotions, our perfumes, our everything, because when I went to start researching, like, okay, well, what's in this product that he talking about can harm us, I needed to know, like, what's going on. And like Nikki mentioned, when she went through the toxins, things that can cause cancer, things that can affect you with having reproductive issues. And remember, she talked about the babies being born with toxins already before they're days old, like straight out the womb. And unfortunately, within my family, our preemie baby, who was the catalyst to teach us about the harmful ingredients, she also, passed away due to a brain tumor, and that brain cancer does not run in our family, so this is definitely a serious matter that you definitely want to take heed of. So if this is your first time hearing, like, what, my lotion can make me sick, what, my deodorant can, cause cancer, like, what, definitely take a look at those ingredients. Put it in Google. Google can tell you everything. Put it in Google and see what comes up. You can contact us individually, and we can let you know what other resources are out there that can help you check your products. But in doing that, we don't want to scare you from like, oh, I can't use my products, because there are companies out there like ours who are trying to do better. But like I stated, Beauty Counter is the leader in clean. They are the leaders of the clean movement, and that's why we joined up with them to partner with them, because they have a platform that not only are they producing safer products for everyone, but they're taking it to another level and helping to change laws so that the products that you buy from Walmart, that you buy from Walgreens, that you buy from Dillard's, Nordstrom's, whatever product that you purchase, it will be safe, because we are working to help change the laws so that they can be, so that not only just the people in the know will know that, oh, I need to watch out for my ingredients, but even the people who are oblivious as to what's going on, they too will be made safe, because they have people like Nikki, people like Tamika, people like me, and people like the rest of our team, and other people who are working very hard to make sure that our products are safe. And so in doing that, you also want to make sure that you are using products to address whatever skin concerns that you have. And there are several different types of treatments that you can do to treat skin concerns, such as eczema, psoriasis, hyperpigmentation, like Nikki mentioned, as well as what Tamika mentioned, which is the hyper, for people who don't know, the darkening of the skin. But there are also products to help with hypo, which is the lightening of the skin as well. And so God has blessed many scientists with the ability to address these and other concerns by creating serums or products designed to treat such concerns, such as the All Bright C serum that Tamika mentioned, as well as the overnight resurfacing peel that Nikki mentioned. You want to make sure that you are choosing the right products to address your concerns. And people with eczema and psoriasis, you want to make sure that you do have a good moisturizer, one that is an emollient, a cream versus a lotion, because lotions tend to have a higher water content and are lighter, whereas creams tend to be thicker and thus are better able to hold the moisture within the skin, which will help decrease the dryness and the itchiness. And so for me, the products that I use, again, being new to the game, I use Beauty Counter's Counterstart products, which it only has 2 products. Remember what Nikki said, if you can't do all 4, then you want to at least do the cleanser and the moisturizer, and that's your girl, because number one, I'm a minimalist. I really don't like, using products at all, but I do recognize that God gave me this temple and I must take care of it. And so that's what I'm trying to do, making sure that I use the best products available. And so I use our Counterstart cleanser, which has the ingredients in it is coconut oil, our aloe vera, as well as a vitamin E. And I use the Counterstart Cocoa Boost moisturizer as well. And so those are very simple. I keep it easy, and I keep my cleanser in the shower so that I can wash my face while I'm in there, and because one thing, when you're starting something new, you want to make sure that it's convenient, because if it's not, 9 times out of 10, you will not keep it up. You'll start off good, just like it's January, it's a new year, we trying to do everything new. Oh, we good for the first 7 days. Oh, we were on it, right? Then we start going down with whatever, be it exercising, trying to eat right, and all of that. So think come February, March, you be like, woo, honey, I'll try again next year. So no, make sure that you make it convenient for you so that you can keep it up. And one other thing that I use is our charcoal facial mask. Because it helps to detox the skin. It helps to draw the impurities out. And that's one thing we learned on our cancer journey with my daughter, is that you want to make sure that you're detoxing the body. And there are different ways to detox. And this is just one way that you can also detox up under your underarms if you're trying to move from a harmful deodorant to a safer deodorant. You want to detox up under your underarms, and you can use the charcoal facial mask to do that. But you definitely want to use it on your face because it can help with oily skin or blemish prone skin or acne prone skin, to help remove the excess oil and remove all of the impurities out of that. And so now, Tamika, you hit director back in 2020 within your business, which is also a great accomplishment and testimony to how many lives you and your fellow business partners are changing for the better. Please share with us some of the feedback you have received from your clients regarding the use of our different skincare regimens.
I won't say, well, let me say this. My clients, they were slowly kind of come around to Beautycounter. I think when I first started the business, most people were like, okay, well, Tamika's trying something new. I'm a supporter. And so they did. And I was grateful. And then I think that people realized how well the products worked, and they ended up falling in love with the products. And so now it moved from, okay, I'm just going to help support my girl. She started something new. She's, venturing outside of the box. So I'm going to support her, to, I really like these products. These products are really working for me. I'm really seeing a difference in, the blemishes that I have in my face, or just the way that it makes my skin feel. So I have received really great feedback and support, and actually I think a loyalty to Beautycounter because they have seen how well the products work.
Right. And that's funny because a lot of people, you don't realize what blessing is waiting for you until you jump out and try. So don't be hesitant and don't be afraid to try something new, regardless of what it is, because you never know how God is going to use that to bless your life. And so what better blessing than not only being able to do better with your skin, but also being able to use safer products to help you. So there you have it. Living clean is not only about eating right and exercising, but it is also about making sure that we are putting only the good stuff on our bodies, because what we put on our bodies ultimately ends up inside of our bodies. So whether you are new to a skincare regimen like me, or whether you have a combination skin like Tamika, or whether you are
oily like me, sometimes dry. Dry.
Right.
Yeah.
There are products on the market available to help you, and Beautycounter has a regimen and or a treatment that is right for you. It does not contain over 1,800 potentially harmful and toxic ingredients. And so we also have a counterman collection for the men in your life, as well as a regimen for the oily or acne prone skin, acne prone people as well. And that's our counter control line. We didn't talk about that one, but we do have that as well.
Yeah. So then I just wanted to say, if any of you who are watching with us and you're interested in trying a regimen, you're not sure where to start, reach out to Janae, Tamika, myself, and we can help you either with a regimen or just picking sometimes it's even good to just pick one thing from this regimen, something else from another regimen to make it be what it is that you and your skin needs. So we are here to help, and don't hesitate to contact one of us.
Yes. So we definitely appreciate you for tuning in to Living Clean with the Red, brought to you by Dialogue with Janae. The takeaway, if you don't take away anything else, the takeaway is that living clean involves not only eating right and exercising, but it also involves making sure that you are being intentional about what product you use on your skin, because you don't want to be, doing good on this side of the scale with the exercising and eating, but then unknowingly you are putting toxins into your body. So you don't want to do that. Change is definitely now in all aspects of your life, but especially in reducing the toxic load you are carrying. With us being up against this COVID-19, we definitely want to make sure that we are keeping our bodies healthy, fit, and in the best shape possible. So be blessed, and we look forward to serving you or someone you know very soon. And until next time, please keep the dialogue going.
And holla at the Deltas.
Living clean with the red.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.